Okay, let's see if I can hear myself, and then we can start going again. Okay, let's see if I can. So that should be fine. And let me post the link. Okay. Start with the indices first. So basically on all of the indices, or most of the indices, we have this potential of fireways coming down. Some of them have it a bit better than other ones. I'm still liking a bit more downside. There's a chance that regardless of whether this is start or an end of something, that this structure here is ending. We have major divergences going through, and you can be counting that this whole thing is over, or could be in very soon at least. So again, that's why I'm looking for shorts on both Nasdaq and S&P 500, and yeah, this looks very decent. Now, regardless of whether this is wave A, B, and C, or whether this is an A, B, C ending this whole thing, I'm looking for shorts in here in these areas to downside. So we could be looking for something like this at least. But yeah, I like the downside at this moment, just based on the momentum turning off at least a bit. Not really much going on else on the indices. Russell was the only one that did not make new highs here. It took quite a plummeting, which is why I kind of like this already as a 5. There's a chance that this is something else though, where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be another some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of scuffed as a whole thing, but we do tag that 0.618 here. So this could be labeled as an ABC downwards. Not the best looking thing ever, but one thing to consider for sure. HSI, Hang Seng. We created new lows here. This does not really look too impulsive from October. You probably want to be saying that this is more like an ABC here, where we have some kind of 3-wave. This obviously here looked like a very decent 5 waves, slight divergence at the top, and then we had we had a very large move to the downside as well. Now this is kind of weird here that we did not even tag the 0.618, and also if you were to go in long around these areas, you would be thinking that what if this is actually a start of something new, because this looks very impulsive to the downside, right? So again, I'm not in on this either, but later on of course it is easier to say that okay, this was the start of something new to the upside, but yeah, I'm not in on this one. Nifty, this is some very old, and of course everything has adjusted or moved, so can't really see much. Let me just hide everything for now. Not too far away from all-time highs, 5%. This looks very much like a 3-wave structure coming down. It's kind of weird that we did not take out the high here, so I think we might need to have it like this instead. So I hate the truncation ideas. Let's see on the smaller time frame. Oh, it's really horrible. Look at that. 1.3 as a wick. This looks very decent. Probably around the 1-to-1 extension. Exactly. Yeah. I got that reaction. You could have said that we have a 5 here. Horrible looking thing here. I don't know. Not really a fan of that to be traded. DAX. DAX has a decent looking structure here. If we are now coming back in 3, you could be looking for long setups somewhere around 14,860s or something like that, or even 14.9k ish, because this kind of looks decent as a 5-wave move. For that, again, you could have this whole thing as a 3-wave here into these lows. I'm not quite sure if I like this as a truncation, because this was the exact same thing as we had on Dow Jones on S&P 500, where S&P 500 created this new low here, while Dow did not. That's not Dow. So I mean Nasdaq. That's what I meant. Nasdaq here. So Nasdaq did not create a new low like S&P 500 did, which stopped me out of this whole run. On Nasdaq, I got this whole thing, but yeah, DAX did not create a new low either, and now we are creating that divergence here, which could entail us that we have a 5-wave here. Extension wise, this looks very decent beyond the 1.618 here for that 3rd move here, and yeah, we could be looking for a pullback soon. Let's see on the higher time frame, what do we have here? Again, this whole thing was kind of weird. Not really sure how I want to be labeling this. You could be labeling in some kind of diagonal, and at that point you start the count from up there. This is still in the bearish extension target area, where you would be labeling this whole thing as a WXY, and inside here this would be an ABC. So this would be probably minute, and this would be minor, an ABC down, and instead of B being here, you would have it here. Yeah, I kind of like that. This would be 1, 2, shift everything up once more. Because you can't have a, yeah, this was the issue that we had on the diagonal, that we can't have, or at least originally we couldn't have, with the original rule set, we couldn't have expanded flats on wave 2s or the wave 4s or any of them, because everything had to be zigzags. And if this was here as well, you would have this as well here as a WXY or an ABC. Maybe you could just shift it over there and call it a day. Bitcoin pumping, I don't know. I'll take a look at it at some point. But yeah, looks decent. I'm going to be setting some alerts here. Probably alert at top here on DAX. The thing is that it's just not going to be having enough of retracements. Golden pocket would be there. 786 is really nice. The range value area low with this OB, I would really like that. Something like this at the top of the OB, 1 hour OB. And beyond here, yeah, that is good. That looks good. Ors, very similar. Again, same 5-wave move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into these lows, and now we have that potential 5-wave of top. Of course, it is possible that we have this as 3, where this is a 3-wave as well. Divergence is all around. This looks like a short. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 even. But of course it's possible that this is an ABC here, where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Maybe I'll take a look at that. Kind of want to enter a short on this as well. Already short on Nasdaq and S&P. Maybe I'll just throw something in here as well. Because this looks like it's pretty much done. Just throw something smaller, just to be in play. There we go. Yeah, pretty decent looking far wave here as well. What do we have? Beast, what is that? No idea, I can't remember where this is from. But obviously we had drawn something like this, where we're still expecting some major moves up. I wonder why I'm not thinking that this could be a wave 4 here. We have already divergences all around. Oh well. Let's take a look at the stocks and then crypto at last. Here as well, what I've been saying, this 5 wave here looks really decent. I'm expecting at least the 38.2 to be hit before I can get myself into any position for longer setups here. This is where I think I signaled. Let me actually take a look. Where did I signal to take profit? Last take profit on Tesla. Tesla 197. 197. It's here. This was my alert to take off from the short trade that we had. Yeah, and since then again we had a potential 5 wave here. It is possible, of course, that wave 4 here is not labeled in here but in here. But then again you are comparing this wave 2 here against this wave 4. So again it's not proportionate, or well proportionate. If this whole thing is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's kind of weird as well. Then you would have this as a 3 wave separate wave structure, and then again at that point you have this as ABC coming down, some kind of connector wave, and then you could be looking for more downside as well again. But so many scenarios here, so again playing the smaller time frames where you have the better look. So for me, I would like it come back down into one of these areas. This looks very decent, this 786 order block here, around $202. For that to happen, this would need to extend quite a lot. So probably not going to be doing that. Maybe it's coming back into the golden pocket to fill this gap. So maybe I probably would need to do it like this, because we have that fair value gap here, and yeah, that is something to keep an eye on. What else? Meta. Yeah, they did not play out, so no position. It's doing something weird that I'm not interested in. Again, looks like it is channeling upwards like the higher time frame degrees here, so not really interested in that. Baba, I'm still on the shorts for this one. Not really doing anything interesting. This looks more like a 3 wave to the upside than anything else to me. So there's a chance that we have this as some kind of diagonal here. As long as we don't take out these highs here, everything should be fine. There's a chance that even still that this is that larger time frame triangle, very sideways though, so not really a pretty one. GME, not interested. Massive gap here. Potentially going to be filled at some point. Boeing. Oops. Boeing here. Took a move upwards here instead. I wonder if this could be still a wave 4, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if it still could be this. I guess I could. I guess I could. I'm going to be setting alerts here on top. And I have alerts at the bottom already, so that's fine. Apple is still pumping up higher. This is now getting a bit suspicious about this is a wave 2 or not, because again, this to me looks very clear as 5 as a start of something new. This, however, not so much. And yeah, we'll see if this comes back into some areas of interest, then we could be seeing some kind of move up. Not really interested in longing this too much anymore. I mean, if it comes back in here, maybe then. Amazon. Yeah, it did not create that enough divergence here and now created new highs on RSI as well. So this is not going to be a good trade, so I'm not getting into that. ARC, very impulsive to the upside as well. And this is probably one of those that I want to be getting in on as well. Best would be a very deep retrace here. This kind of looks some kind of 3-wave here overall, and then we could be continuing upwards. I'm setting alert here at 0.5. That should be fine. PayPal. PayPal looks like it is finished already as a 5. This was kind of shallow of a retracement though. Yeah, 0.5. I mean, this looks very impulsive. Maybe this is part of this, I hope, and then we are going to be creating a structure like this lower. Setting alert again below the current low of this, and then we can look into potential longs somewhere here. But if you're going in on this like 382, or even I would not have gotten in on this, because again this did not extend to 1-to-1 at all. So I need like proper setups before I can enter, and then if I miss these trade setups, then that's how it is. Can't do much. And again, this Palantir is still on the highs, has not come down yet. We'll see how that turns out. In phase, I was looking for 3s and 4s on higher time frame. Microsoft. Yeah, now it's extending even further. I don't know, this looks weird. It would be so weird if we ended there, because we did not even tag the 0.6 minute here for this to be a 3-wave. But now this is very extended already here, going against almost that 2-to-1 extension, so it's super extended. Obviously this is no longer a diagonal. It wasn't really pretty either before, but now it looks like it is some kind of potential either ABC, or this is just a 1-2, and then we go to the moon again for somehow, I don't know. Nvidia structure is weird, not interested. BAC, Bank of America. This could be a 3-wave here if you want to have a continuation to the downside. Again, we don't want this to extend any too much more, because again, it's not really a pretty one. Similar situation here, still possible to have this as an ABC, but here on you could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well, and at that point again this would be something like that, more likely. Check out the crypto now next. So the C wave that I was looking for never got back below the wave A here that I had. I was looking for this to break. I'm still in the long on Bitcoin from way lower. From, what was it, 20 watt K. $28.2. So it was somewhere in here, I think. Yeah. But in any case, we got this break of this trend line. Go retest. I'm not quite sure how I want to be labeling this. This was the thing that I made a video about, this 5 wave here. On Bitcoin, for sure, it could have been that it is part of this move here. But I'm not sure how I would be ending anything in here for that to happen. So maybe it's just, this is a retracement where this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or some kind of weird, super weird diagonal, I don't know. It's so weird at this point that I feel like some of the 1, 2s are kind of likely. But yeah, I'm expecting some kind of sideways consolidation and tops. At this point still, we are creating, as you can see, higher RSI numbers here. Of course, on higher time frame, we did consolidate for quite a bit here and reset RSI as well. So there is definitely more time and space for us to still go up higher. And 40k is definitely on the table now. So again, at this point, we are in one of the daily order blocks here. That extends all the way to 40k. We are getting some resistance there right now. But again, these are the areas where we are expecting resistance. Look at this previous consolidation here. All the way to 41 or 42k here. So that is something to keep in mind. We have a range value very low or high here. So yeah, there is volume in this bit. And of course on higher we have on around 40.4k, we have those more naked point of controls, of course. Let me just remove some of these old ones that I don't need anymore. I've been too lazy to remove them. But yeah, macro 40.4k has quite a few of these to be taken a look at. And Elliott wave wise, let's take a look. Maybe the daily here is best. I've seen quite a few of the charts where we've been calling that, or people have been calling that this is a wave 1. While that is possible, it is. Of course it is possible. At that point again, we would have to have it like this, which looks decent. WXYXZ potential on log scale, WXYXZ, very possible. And regular scale, arithmetic scale, this could be some kind of ABC, just hitting the, I think it was the 786, 854 maybe, 854, okay. Not reaching the 1-to-1 extension to the low spot, that's all good. But yeah, let's go back to this, what I was talking about. So potential ABC, some exchanges have taken out these lows here with this wick. So again, it's kind of hard to say which you want to be believing in. Binance futures has taken it, and again, Binance is very, very decent on that part. So you could have this as some kind of ABC like so, and then you would be looking for a continuation of this first move to the upside. And if you're looking at some of these extension targets with just these pivots, you see how the one-to-one extension is extending to right where we have those multiple dailies and negative point controls, monthlies and stuff like that. So again, just on top of this daily order block, you could be expecting some kind of very hard resistance at least. And again, 40k of Bitcoin, that would mean that, again, this would be looking something like that. More of an ABC. Only once we start to puncture through the 46 to 49k areas, especially 49k, then we can turn way more bullish. That this would become a 1, 2, 3. And at that point, again, there's not really a good looking structure anymore here overall to say that, okay, this is the end of something instead, as a 5 wave, where this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, than anything else. Of course, people could be saying that we have this as an ABC, and this would be some kind of other continuation, or that this would be an A, B, and then C, like so, and the C wave would be the end here, or wherever it just extends to. But yeah, macro is a thing on its own. I'm still going to be staying kind of bearish until I see 50k. Why 50k is just because of the extensions that we have here. Log scale is completely different. 1-to-1 for that would be 50k of this original move. I kind of like the 1.618, or at that point, that target to be hit and turn more bullish at that point. But there's loads of move to be had for for that kind of move. Another 33%, and I would definitely be looking for taking profits at that point. Daily, we have some kind of divergence here, so I feel like we are losing a bit of momentum. Even if we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and looking for that 5th, if we get to that around 40k area, like we are very close to it already, only 6% away. Same pump as we did today. If we do that in a few days, or even after a week, let's see if we compare these. Let's say that this was the start. So we don't want, is that 1-to-1 extension? Yeah, 1-to-1 extension. We don't want it to go too far, which would be November 14th. We don't want to do that, because at that point, this, which I assume is a smaller degree of a correction here, sideways, would be larger than this one. And at that point, again, I feel like we would have to shift the whole idea that, okay, this was a lower degree wave 4 of that third wave, meaning that there is going to be more pumps to the upside, where this is going to be, again, this should be then smaller than this one, and then we can continue going upwards with that same idea with the time analyzers. But yeah, that is Bitcoin. I'm still expecting some divergence to be forming at least, and yeah, that 40.4k looks very promising. We'll see how that goes though. ETH pumping as well, same as with anything else really. ETH is probably one of these ones that has still these June 2022 lows intact, where this is a very much of a decent looking 5 wave from the lows. Let's see if I have any kind of counts here. Well, one of them is this. This took so long that I'm not really finding this too appealing anymore, but yeah, this was the better looking version. Bearish, probably not going to be that anymore, unless of course this could be bearish in this sense, where this is a 3-way structure correcting this whole thing, and now we'd be getting another 3-way structure of this in this pivot, so something like this. And of course, time wise, this was very sharp in comparison, so I would be expecting this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that scenario. Come back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very similar time wise, and that would be probably, well, maybe next year, the like summer or something. But yeah, Bitcoin would have to do quite a weird thing for this to happen. Closest way for this to fail, or the way for this to fail, let's see. Probably need to go to higher time frame for that. We have a new low here. Not as low as the June one. That would mean that whatever we had did end and something new is to begun. So again, I kind of like the idea that we have this at 3. It's not the best looking, but I think it's the best we have so far. This is kind of small in price terms. Let's see, on time, we did hit the 0.32, but nothing significant, anything else. There's a chance that this is a 3, sorry, this is a 3, another 3, and then we get another 3. And then we would have this structure way more comparable to this first one. And then we would be looking for that another move up, something like this. And that way we would probably play this kind of channel more likely. But yeah, I think I kind of like this overall as a macro. Let's see. ETH is still pumping up in here. 2K was hit. Again, very important target. We did not take the previous high out, which was here, $2,030. Of course, one of the major highs here, 21.45 or something now. And that's just still kept. 1, 2, 3. Definitely a third. Maybe it's the end of third here, where this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. And then we have that diagonal in here. Wave 2, so this would be a 1, 2. There's kind of trouble in here because we are getting very, wow, look at that. Such precision, even though I don't like it. Because generally we want to have wave 2s of smaller degrees, smaller than the previous structure. So if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, very shallow though. It did retrace enough on RSI though. Lagging a bit. Yeah. For the bull scenario, where this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, you would have it like this, and then you would have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So 4, 5, and then we would go on this high. For the bear scenario, you would probably go with the idea that this whole thing is some kind of diagonal. Oof. And you would have to say that we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate the expanding diagonal ideas overall as well, but that's the way it is. Check out the other ones. AVAX. Yeah, everything is pumping now. There's not really much going on. I had yesterday, I gave some ideas for ADA in a very short time frame. This one here, but it never came back to these areas of interest here, so it just kept pumping. So this was the wave 2 or on many altcoins. See if we can find an example here. Oh, there's one that hasn't really pumped. Cake. Okay. April's one of those as well. This one came back to the area of interest here, on top of the previous wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Came back top here. I think this was the golden pocket as well. Yeah, exactly, the golden pocket, and now note how much this has pumped again. 10% almost. That's good. Phantom never came back to its previous structure. But yeah, these are the something that you need to be looking on the market. Whenever we are having these kind of massive moves to the upside, you have to think, can this be a start or can this be an end of something? And to me, I don't think so, because I don't see anything like this here before it. Pretty much all of the altcoins had some kind of potential three-way coming into it and a massive impulse from it, which has taken out previous market structures and market, well, whatever these are, areas of interest, and changing the market structure overall. And to me, that looks very decent as a potential start of something, even if it was just an ABC like so. But yeah, I got in something like XEM. I have no idea what that is. Let's see if I can find it. XEM here. This was the previous move that I got into, which was this as a 5-wave, and exactly the same setup where we had a 3-wave here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 3-wave. You could think this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, but yeah, now it has. See how much did it run originally? 35%. Now it's coming off down. I did not obviously get into here. I got in here. This was my area of take profit, because this kind of dump is probably going to be continuing somewhere. Let's check out the alert that I got. Mask. Okay, Mask is one of those that has a previous structure where we have this as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this kind of looks like it is out of place. The only thing about this is that, sure, this previous structure does not really seem to be fitting that it would be the end of something, meaning this being the C wave. But the rest of the market is not really showing that, right? It's not really showing that this is a start of something. Everything else is pretty much pumping up higher. So the market correlance is important. But this was something that I was looking at. See, is there any order blocks in here? 30-minute? Nothing. 15? Okay, there we go. Okay, so it did tag one of them. And we are getting some kind of reaction now. How much did we retrace? This is probably around the golden pocket, right? Not quite. Almost the golden pocket. I really wish we would get up in here. Into this area here. And then I could be looking for another trade. I might just set an order there, sitting, and if we just break it, then we break it. And kind of smaller position, because that's against the overall market. So yeah, I kind of like this area here. It's giving me kind of small stop in comparison to all the gains that I could be looking for. TP1 would be here, and that is already 2.6. But yeah, that is pretty much all of those. I think so. Let me check that if we had any requests. I'm gonna check out the macro on these, because we were talking about that with Will on Discord. I want to clarify this a bit, because I do like the idea that this would be a start of something new and do this. How this affects the macro is the question now. And we had pretty decent looking scenarios where this would be another structure similar to this to create a 3-wave here. And obviously at that point this is no longer the X wave, this would be an A, B and C. Definitely a possibility. Or that if this is the wave X, maybe this is just a 3-wave, I don't know. Maybe we just get an ABC here that does not take out this high, and then we can still look for that major short opportunity on a macro scale. And again, that would be targeting this move here as the target, so around 33.70 as the main target. I'm not sure if world is ready for that, but we'll see. We will see. Macro is somewhat scary to me. It has been so long. I wish I could pull up some of the old videos where we are talking about the scenarios where this whole thing here would be the start of something new. Oh, sorry, it would be the start of the correction, and now we have created this 3-wave, and yeah, we did come back to previous tops, meaning that okay, it can't be an impulse here, and if this indeed is that bearish scenario, it's going to be upsetting quite a lot of people, and that would be very. I don't want to be saying want to say that it's a very nice thing to see, but it's very nice to see that the analysis that we do here would be getting like things on macro scale right, and that would be cool to see. Obviously, it would be kind of shame for people, a lot of people who have been keeping up and think that okay, we have another bull run here, and yeah, but. And then we have this another dump just before, or just as we survived the previous dump here. But yeah, that's how the world works. Not everyone can be a winner. Did we have something else? Livestream ideas. Amazon, I think I went through all these. Not quite sure if I like Amazon at all anymore. Oh, this was last week's, yeah, anyway. There's a chance that we have this as an ABC here. Not really a fan of it though. You could go short against the high here, but there's a chance that this is a 3 here, that this is a 3 here, and then we'd be getting another move like that. Just, I don't know. I don't know where this structure ends here. Is this peak or is it this peak? Because if it is this peak, then this would be that ABC that we were looking for. If it ended here, then this would be 3, and there's a chance that we are going to be getting another 5-wave here. Oh well, you could be looking for a short here. Let's see. This is probably right around that 1.236, 1.382, yeah. Looks pretty decent. We have the CME gap though here. What do we have here locally? We have, I think Powell is speaking today, so got to be careful on these stock moves. Tesla looks like it is dumping actually. Let's open that up. Oh, it's actually here. So we might be looking for those plays sooner rather than later that we were talking about for that move upside. But yeah, some of these are looking like they definitely could come a bit lower for us to take actually profits there. But of course, if it is coming down into, let's say, it starts just gets into this value area or this fair value gap and gets a spring from it, then we have an easy long opportunity here as well, something like this. And of course, at that point, the stop loss would be way lower or smaller, and we can position size up. But maybe this is the starter position if we come back here. Let me see if there's anything else. Indices. Yeah, I think we have done everything I was planning to cover. Yeah, I don't want to give all the plays out here. If you're interested in getting the trade signals, setups, check out Counter Trend Capital, links in the description as well. If you're interested in getting education, check out my course on Udemy. I think that is pretty much it. On Udemy, Elliott Wave and RSI Advanced course. I'm probably going to put some kind of Christmas special deal here, but yeah, depends on your country completely what kind of price you're going to be getting on that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this live stream. Hope you enjoyed and got something out of it, and catch you guys on the next live stream again. Bye bye.